Okay, sorry for the late start. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. My name is Gail Hartfield, Senior Forecaster here at the National Weather Service, and this is the routine Monday weekly briefing for Central North Carolina covering the next week from today through the 25th. We've got a rainy day out there this morning so far. It's still raining mainly areas north of the triangle, but it's been raining pretty well over the last couple of days. It's been a fairly wet period. Taking a look here, and this is just the last 24 hours. Our radar estimates plus gauge readings can give you an idea of who's received most of the rainfall, and looks like just about everybody has received at least a quarter inch or so, just for a couple of either lucky or unlucky folks, depending on your perspective, haven't gotten quite that much, but a lot of areas have received at least half an inch, and some areas have gotten quite a lot. You can see there from the radar estimates, areas north of right along the Virginia border, along Granville and Vance County border, have received, gosh, that's upwards of 4 or 5 inches of rain up there just in the last 24 hours. And sections of Greensboro and in Randolph County as well, down in the southern Davidson. In addition to Wayne and Sampson County, some spots have received upwards of 1.5 to 2 inches in some locations, and a little bit more. So it's generally a nice soaking rain for most folks. We have had some reports of some urban flooding over the last couple of days, with some of the stuff coming down pretty quickly. So that's something to be on the watch for in the next day or two, is some continued high water levels and creeks continuing to run high, as they will for the next day or so, until some of this water gets through the system and out. So be on the lookout for that, especially today. Got a lot of ponding of water on roads today, and even into tonight that's going to linger. So always worth watching out and taking care, and watching out for ponding of water on roads, and taking care not to go too fast and hydroplane. That's always a threat. So looking at the upcoming, that was kind of the past, or what's occurring now. Looking at the upcoming weather pattern for the next week or so. Again, today we've got widespread rain, isolated storms. Haven't a lot of storms yet today. We are looking at the potential for that south and east of the triangle this afternoon into the evening, but by and large, most of this is going to be mostly just rain. Not looking for any strong storms at all. These rain chances are going to slowly sink to the south and east late today through tonight. We do have a very weak cold front. I hate to even call it a cold front, because the air is not that cold to the north of it. It's maybe a little bit slightly less humid, maybe a little bit cooler, but it's not that cool. And what we're seeing today so far, temperatures are sitting in the 70s across the area, and it's that's well below normal highs for this time of year, and we definitely will see temperatures falling well short of our highs today. But that's mainly because of the clouds and the rain, not necessarily cold air behind the front. So anyway, it looks like as that front, whatever you want to call it, slowly sinks to the southeast and kind of falls apart there tonight, we should see some drier air start easing into the northern sections. And that'll push our rain chances to mainly across the far south and southeast parts of central North Carolina on Tuesday. And as that drier air kind of continues to filter in from the north, we should see mostly dry weather then from late Tuesday evening, in through the end of the work week. Not to say that you might not catch a stray shower or a storm here and there, mainly across the southern sections. But by and large, most places, especially along and north of 64, are poised to be pretty dry this week. So that'll give us a chance to dry out a little bit and dry out the soils a little bit. It is looking like we'll trend by the weekend. We'll trend back to more typical diurnal showers and storms. Again, nothing crazy, but more typical pattern as that dry air starts to moisten back up a little bit, as it will. It is July in North Carolina after all. So here's our severe thunderstorm potential. You can see there we've got basically isolated storms possible. I kind of think this is a little, even this general thunder might be a slightly overblown. Basically, it's going to be hard to get a lot of thunder north and west of the triad today or tonight, even into tomorrow. Don't foresee a lot of that. Most places, again, north and east of the triangle, north and west of the triangle, are poised to be dry, fairly dry Tuesday into Wednesday. So I think that that's a little bit overdone there, what you're seeing. That said, even if we do get an isolated cell, again, mainly from the triangle south and east is going to be the chance of even that happening. We're not expecting severe weather with this. Things are trending a little calmer to the point where, you could still see a strong storm, but we're not expecting any widespread severe conditions at all through the next several days here. And looking at the precipitation, again, we've had quite a bit last few days, and some spots in particular have received quite a lot, several inches. So looking for that to trend back downward. As I said, we're looking at an additional 1/2 to 1 inch possible today. Again, this is mainly the triangle south and east. And you could see some isolated 1.5 inches. And that's in addition to what's already fallen today. But by and large, we will be seeing a slow drying trend, especially this evening into the overnight hours from the north and west as that dry air filters in. And then mostly dry weather is expected through the midweek and into the early part of the weekend. But again, scattered daytime storms are expected to start to return over the weekend. So we'll be looking for that more typical summertime weather as we get into the weekend. Looking at the tropics, put this close to the last because it's quiet for now. Really nothing that the National Hurricane Center is even looking at right now, and our computer models are not going crazy, showing any tropical activity through the next week at least. So that's good news. We do have a couple of storms if you're interested in that in the Eastern Pacific, so you can take a look at that. But that's where the action is. But as far as the Atlantic goes, we are good for the next few days, and let's hope that continues because we do not need any more of this this season. So. Looking ahead to the 6 to 10 day outlook, courtesy of the Climate Prediction Center, is mainly indicating slightly above normal temperatures, or an indication better probability of slightly above normal temperatures over the next beyond this week and into the middle part of next week, and looking at generally below normal precipitation favored. So a little bit warmer, maybe a little bit drier looking into next week. So that would be good news indeed after the last rainfall we've had over the last few days. So again, now here's the summary. We're again looking for widespread rain, isolated storms. That storm threat will be highest to the south and east of the triangle for through late today into tonight, and we'll start to see that dry air working into the north and northwest sections later on this afternoon, and especially into this evening and the overnight hours. Rain chances again should hold mostly across our southeast on Tuesday with that general drying trend, and that should continue through mid to late work week, expecting largely dry weather, no hazards of any kind. So that's great news. Rain chances do start to creep back in over the weekend with those more typical summertime daytime showers and storms, isolated to scattered at most, not expecting a lot of rain with that even over the weekend. So again, hazard potential, we're looking at that. Again, as I said, threat of minor flooding, especially in the urban and poor drainage areas near construction zones. You tend to have some considerable ponding of water that could, cause you to hydroplane or cause an accident. So be on the lookout for that through tonight. Otherwise, no hazards are expected. You can see the outlook there, the Raleigh area forecast. So again, it looks like a definite drying trend, and might even see a completely sunny day on Thursday into Friday. So that would be nice. We got some good, nice sunshine and temperatures heading back to near to slightly above normal during that time frame.